What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video. How is everyone doing? Sorry guys, I've been so busy. Yeah, life is so busy over here in UK. So today, story time. Long distance relationship, how my mine began, regrets, and my experience. So I traveled to Africa on sorry, let me start by saying I was in a long distance relationship for 3 years, which I did end over 2 years ago or 2 years ago. 15, I was living with my auntie, my cousins, everyone was there, a full house. It was so amazing because I was getting so bloody body in UK. So it was so amazing. My cousin was fun. My cousin had a friend whom I knew who lived nearby, just next door, and she was so fun. So we used to go so one day we were supposed to go out because it was she made some sugar daddy and she was like, we need to go, let's go out and hang out with the men. And I was like, I'm not doing nothing, I'm in Israel. Then later on the plan changed and she said, instead, there is a guy I know who's doing a video, let's go and support him. We should have a video in town. So we said, okay, let's go. So we left late evening, we were there until 3 a.m. Yeah. So when I got there, when I went there, I was wearing some floral boo dress, yellow with the slit, side boob and all that stuff, and a nice big round hat. Yeah, so, and yeah, I did get a lot of attention because, you know, these guys are not used to that kind of style. They say, oh, you know, this style is classy, it looks more of a white material. That's what the guy is saying. Exactly. Then more white material and all that stuff. Yari yari and all that stuff. Anyway, so when I went there, you know, everything was going on and all that stuff. There were girls, there were guys. But there was one guy who was looking nicely dressed with a nice blazer on and all the stuff, and it was nice and tall, nice tall, dark. Anyway, so and there were other guys who were trying to talk to me. There was another one who was talking about my lips and all that stuff. And there was another, the guy who was directing the video was talking yari yari, and he had a bad breath, and I was like, hey, stay away. And there was the guy who was seeing the video, but I didn't feel him because, anyways. So my cousin ended up being part of the video, and they said, oh, you want to be part? I said, no, 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 no. So when the video finished, we left and we went home. I don't remember if I gave the guy my number or someone gave him, or my cousin. My cousin must have given my number. Anyway, so we started talking, messages, texting, jari chak chak, and he had a WhatsApp group for fans, music. So he added me there. You know, he was adding just everyone. My cousin was also there. I think we were all there. So guys, boys, everyone was there. So we just talk in a group. It was so much fun. I was having a good time. So this guy will text me this and that, text me so much stuff. But my cousin was like, no, he's not good. He's broke. Why are you talking to him? My cousin was like, I know someone was money. This guy was money. You will love him. And you know, I'm not that type of a person. Obviously, I've dated broke guys. But I want someone who has a job, someone who's independent. Because I'm independent, but I want a man who can look after me. Not a broke ass man. So, anyways, but not like I'm looking for someone who's a rich. But if I find someone who has money, yeah, why not? So my cousin was like, no, you need he's got no money, you know. And I was like, but I'm not going and looking like somebody looking for someone necessarily is rich with money. I mean, you know, not all that glitters is gold. Anyway, so she was like, let me connect you with somebody who has money. But I was like, no, I'm not interested. So anyway, we ended up talking to this guy, talk, and before I was still in Kenya, we never actually we never managed to meet face to face. No, no. But oh no, no, we not like two of us meeting face to face, but in a club because he was doing his music. He was he was supposed to he was forgotten how they say, he was coming to club to promote his music, which basically there's a club in town in Nairobi where um artists come every other weekend, or I think every Friday or every Saturday, to promote their music. So he was coming there to promote his music. So everyone who was in the music shoot on that day, and other fans came. So everyone was there having a good time, you know, until late at night. Going home late at night, no stress. It was just so much fun, just hanging out in the club and all that stuff. And you know, and we just kept talking, and then I spent some time in Kenya, still having a good time, but we never got to meet face to face. And I remember there was another guy who was dressed, like I said, nice, but my cousin was like, no, as well, he has no money as well. But I liked him more, but I had to forget about him. He was nice and tall, dark, my type, you know, nice, tall, dark. But the guy was a liar. Jeez, was a liar. Anyways, lies, the lies. So, and my cousin was like, you know what? He's no good as well. Anyway, so all of a sudden the guy was doing the video because he was a rapper, kind of a rapper. So a rapper. Did I say it right? So anyway, so yeah, all of a sudden, so I was in Kenya, I stayed there. I was supposed to stay for I think 6 weeks, 5 weeks, but I was so loving it. I changed my ticket 3 times and I stayed there longer. Not to hang out with the guy, but to just hang out with my cousin, have a good time. Every time we went out, we were meeting guys, different guys, and they will all be lying and they wanna marry you and they oh my goodness. Anyway, so I sent my ticket 3 times. I paid, and stayed there. I was having a good time. I didn't want to come back to UK because UK dead boring, dead boring. First of all, to go out in a nice club, it's gonna cost you an arm and a leg because you're gonna travel underground, tap, blah blah blah, taxi ride. I don't know for how long. Pay so much money. So I was dick. I'm staying here longer. I don't want to go back to UK. It's cold. It's boring. I'm just gonna be working. And I was on a holiday because I was a student, so it was good for me. And I didn't have uh, um, a child by then. So anyway, so after staying there for long enough, I had to come back. Obviously, I was gonna have to come back. So I came back to UK. We were still talking with a guy. All of a sudden, he was putting me on the phone with his mom, showing his mom my pictures and all the stuff, and started asking me for help, money, yeah, 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 yada yada. And you know, most guys don't like being asked money. I've dated selfish guys because I personally don't like ask guys for money, like, oh, you know, money, unless I'm trying to, unless I'm I really needy, or I'm trying to like trick them and see what kind of person they are. So just saying, okay, give me £10, £20. They're selfish. They don't want to. After the guys who are like, I ain't giving no woman no my money. They're so selfish. I say, you go date yourself. You're so selfish. So this guy was like, oh, no, help with money, the video shoot, blah blah blah, yada yada. But he was like, oh, I don't want a woman who's gonna ask me for money or fare for this and that. But anyway, I didn't mind because I felt like I was helping somebody. I didn't mind. It never came out like a red flag for me. Um, so we used to talk often, 24 hours talking. When I'm at work, talking, yari, 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 yari. When I'm going to work, talking. Every other time, 24 hours, we were talking constantly, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. We were talking constantly, like, and I did enjoy that. I liked it. I liked it because I like to have conversation. I like to talk. I like, if I'm in a relationship with somebody that I can talk with, we have nothing much to talk about, then that is not good. Like, we're not supposed to be. You have to have that connection and have so much to talk about. Freely talk, and talk about anything and have so much to talk about. But if I can't talk freely and I have nothing to talk about with you and it's boring. It's boring. So, anyways, so we used to talk so much, man. When I'm at work, I just have to be like, the other time. um, when I'm in the house at night, early morning, um, so I was came back to UK. So I started planning going back again to Kenya, which I did in 2016. And so what I was doing was I was traveling back and forth, twice a year or 3 times a year. I was traveling to Africa. You know, I was here, he was in Africa, traveling there to see him, you know, spend time with him, stay there some time, come back. I was a student and I was working flexible. I wasn't on a permanent, on a contract job. I really, sorry, excuse me. So I wasn't in a permanent job. I don't like permanent because I like to travel to Africa. So if I'm permanent, that's gonna restrict me. So I like to work flexible as much as I can, as less as I can. So we went deep into this relationship, and then you know, obviously when I moved back for the second time, before I moved back for the second time, he was living in a more smaller house, and I was like, he explained to me where he was living, blah blah blah, and I was like, um, I think you need to move because I mean, there is no way I'm going to live there, so you need to move. So we look for even a 1 bedroom house because necessarily I don't live in Kenya, I live here, so he's the one who's living there. So 1 bedroom house, so I just come visiting time, you know, stay and then come back. So we looked for 1 bedroom house. He looked for it. I paid for the expenses. My ass paid for it. I paid for the expenses. Um, and we got the 1 bedroom house. It was a big 1 bedroom house. Yeah, a big 1 bedroom house with a back garden for affordable price. I think we were paying, I'll say like, tot everything, the bill probably 70, 80 pound a month, 70, I think a month, 70 pound a month for everything, which was good. We just needed it was a nice place, close to the supermarket, close to the main road, just 5 minutes walk to the main road. It was quite good and everything. So we lived there for some time, and while I traveled back and forth, he was there, and we just paid the bills and all that stuff. Then we had a baby, you know, and I was so excited. And you know, when I started this relationship, I told my dad. My dad was like, "Oh, you know, he's a rapper, yari yari. It's gonna be stressful. Are you sure you wanna do this? Are you sure it's gonna be, it's gonna be stressful? What if something happens? He breaks your heart. You get hurt. You know, you shouldn't do this." But he didn't say you shouldn't do this. He said, "Be careful. Are you sure you wanna do this? You're gonna, if your heart's broken, be careful." Blah blah blah. And I was like, I'm okay, I'll be good. I was blind. I was blind. I was blindsided. I feel like I was blindsided. Sorry, I feel like I was blindsided. Because for that enough time, because when I opened my eye and I was like, oh my goodness, I could have let go of this thing long time ago. What the fuck? I feel like I was blindsided. But you know what? I had so many regrets, and I had regrets until this very moment. But one regret I don't have is having my beautiful daughter, but I wish I had them with somebody else. I'm sorry, but regret, 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 regret. So, anyways, so I was like, okay. So I was like, okay, that's fine. I was like, that, don't worry, I'll be all right, you know. And my dad got to know him, you know, and all the stuff. And my granddad, my mom back home, I told him because I grew up with my grandparents. Yes, my grandparents, they brought me up, so I'm very much close to them because they brought me up as a young at a young age. So I told uh, my grandma, my granddad, and because we are very close, we talk a lot. So and he was like, it's not a good idea. It's not a good idea. Someone who's in music, it's not a good idea. It's gonna give you so much stress, so much women and all that stuff. Not a good idea. And I was like, don't worry, it'll be alright. We'll be alright. It will be a while. And cause in me, you know, I just feel like I wanna focus. I don't wanna date. I'm done dating different people. I wasn't dating like different people, but I just didn't want to be in a relationship, then start another one and all that. I was just like, I'm done dating. I want to settle. And my plans were to work hard, get his ass here, then we can be a family. That was the plan. But yeah, that was the plan. And I was like, I'm done dating, you know, and yeah. And you know, most people they do meet their partners from home. They have people they need from home, they bring them back here. And you know, most people feel that when they bring someone from back home, it could be a bit better, because most of the guys that you might meet here, not all of them, but some of them, they just they you might feel like they're not so family oriented or whatever, you know, like crazy, wild, and all that stuff. I mean, there's nothing wrong being wild, but just crazy and all that stuff. Wild. So, anyways, but long distance relationship was so hard. Every time I jump into the cab man will be like, "Oh, you're such a beautiful girl. Why are you dating someone far away?" You know, I remember I'm meeting this guy called Mohammed, you know, somewhere, and he was like, "Oh, you're such a beautiful girl. You know, why you dating someone from far away?" I'm like, it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Relationship doesn't matter. It doesn't really matter. You know, there are many people dating from long distance. Whether you're dating from here or there, if it's meant to work, it's going to work. If it's not meant to work, it's not going to work. There are many people who date from here. Doesn't mean that if you date somebody who lives here close to you, then it's gonna work. How many times we see people living in the same house as partners, but they're having problems? He's cheating, she's cheating. How do you cheat when you have a partner, when you're living with your partner in the same house? That's always my question, because if I have my partner living in the same house, I don't see why and how I am going to cheat unless we don't live together. That's different. Anyway, so long distance relationship doesn't really mean that, I mean, living close doesn't mean that it's gonna be perfect. People live close, they have more problems, the argument, the fighting, the blah blah blah, and all that yada yada and all that nonsense. So I was like, this is gonna be good, because first of all, I was a student. I will be able to have my time to study, you know. I don't have to see a man walking around the house every time bothering me back and forth. I have my time to do my stuff. Yeah. Though constantly being on phone and traveling was affecting me. Um yeah, I just felt like give me that freedom, because when when you're in a relationship and you with somebody and you live together, people have issues, and then they say, uh, I need a space. And then the other person moves out, I need space. So I don't need to ask for space at this point, because I'm alone. He's there, I'm here. but still we had problems. And when we had problems, solving them was hard. It'll just be like on the phone, you know, it's hard to solve them on the phone. It's just like it's screaming. We used to have lots of problems because he was there, I was here. And honestly, when I started this relationship, I was like, I'm 100% committed. I am not dating, I am not going to see nobody. I am focusing on the relationship that I have, and I have no time for nobody. And it's not like I wasn't meeting other people out. I was meeting other people out, but I was like, I'm not interested, you know. But because I was committed, yeah, I was speaking to my friend. My friend was like, oh, you know, you're on another level now, you know, you settled now and all that stuff. I'm not settling anytime soon. I'm gonna be settling in 5, 10 years time. I was like, anyway, so it was like it was a 50 it wasn't a good feeling for me because I felt like even though we weren't living close to each other, I just felt like I'm gonna settle, you know, and I'm not gonna be like have to date. And I didn't care about like, oh, because some people they feel like, okay, if you're long distance, we're not gonna have this we're not gonna, you know, have sex and all that stuff. I don't really care about that, like, because it's your mind. You put mind into it, you're just gonna be like, okay, that's what you want. But I was busy. I barely didn't have time thinking about sex, so I didn't really care about it. Wait, he said he was waiting, you know, and all that stuff, but problems were rising. We were in the same group. There were guys, we were different girls. We would flirt with all different girls and flirt with them and post different girls' pictures everywhere. So in this group, every other week he'd be posting different girls' pictures and blah blah blah. I think every week or every day, for I don't know for what reason, for applauding them or whatever. I don't know what it was. I can't remember. That group was crazy. It was fun and crazy, you know. And we would just flirt, and you know, and they would flirt, and they would just throw out like, I don't care. I'm flirting. Yes, I'm doing this. I'll do it again. I don't care. And you know, yeah, it would just be adding different girls everywhere. Every time he meets a girl, check check in a group. So we were having so many issues because of girl. Because another thing is the guy has been doing music, and in Africa, well, let me not just say Africa, but you know, everywhere when someone is popular, whether a girl or a boy, especially for boys, girls come like birds. They just like flies, you know. So anyways, or guys just feel like, okay, so you know, I'm a little bit here. He wasn't like up here. He was, you know, it was climbing and coming down, climbing and coming down. It wasn't like up here, but he was feeling like, yeah, you know, so now I can just get girls. And he was speaking to like over 100 girls. I'm telling you, I had a hold at his phone and one time, and I looked to read the messages. So I was like, it was this guy was speaking to over 100 girls, and he was going to marry all of them, and he wanted to be with all of them. Yes, and he was flirting with all of them. And I was like, so he said, okay, you know what? I'm done with these old girls. So used to talk to them and pictures of old girls. He said, okay, delete them all. Delete all those numbers, delete all those messages. And I couldn't even finish deleting. I stayed up all night deleting the bloody messages. I couldn't even finish. Every time I was deleting, some keep popping up. Every time I was deleting, some keep popping up. I was like, hey, Chineke. I was deleting messages, keep popping up. Numbers, and they were just girls. I'm sorry. Are you only speaking to girls? You don't speak to guys? Anyway, so that was a problem because I was like, I'm here being faithful, you know, being faithful, but you are there doing what? And I'm working and I'm paying the bills, and you are there doing what? Chatting on WhatsApp? Hey, hold on. Hold on. So, anyways, time went by. Time we were having issues sometimes, and I'd be like, all right, this guy doesn't care. He's arrogant. This thing called music has gotten into him. He thinks he's famous. He thinks the girls want him. He's famous. All this stuff. Yada yada. But he's not providing for me. You're not supporting me. You're not providing for me. I pay for your ass. So I mean, why am I keeping you? Why do I need, I mean, sorry, why do I need you? No, I don't need you. So time went by, and I was getting stressed, man. I was also a student, man. I couldn't focus because I was getting stressed. Every time there would be a problem, every time there would be an issue, this the guy. I'm sorry, but the guy was so disrespectful and made it so hard. I mean, if you're dealing with somebody who's at least respectful, the guy was so aggressive. No, not aggressive. The guy was so disrespectful. Was arrogant because he felt like, yeah, I'm a little bit famous. I'm famous. Yeah, and the girl's trying to talk to me, so I don't care because that's how most people feel. That's how most celebrity feel, guys, men. So I didn't care, but I was like, you know what? You're not supporting me. You're not beneficial to me in any ways. Why am I getting stressed? Why am I getting stressed? Why am I getting stressed? And I'm supporting you. I'm supporting you, man. I'm supporting you, but you're throwing words and all that stuff. You're doing stuff behind my back, you know, and you don't involve me on nothing. So we'll have so much issues. The guy will throw words. Even when I was pregnant, we'll have issues. I said, you know what? It's done. Bye, go. Bye, go. And then after a day, yeah, he'll send me a message that the that his parents have spoken to him and now he's changed and now he wants to change. Oh, they put me on the phone with his mother. Oh, please, that's how things be. Forgive him. I was like, I'm exhausted. Send me a message every time. I said, you're supposed to go. You're supposed to go. Anyway, so I was a student as well. It was so stressful, man. I was in uni. I'm doing psychology, man. I want to finish. It was so stressful. And reached. I remember, I think at some point, I think either way, because when I was pregnant, before I had my daughter, I took a gap from uni. Though I was here alone, man. I went through that pregnancy alone. I went through it alone. The guy was there throwing words and all that stuff, blah blah blah. Yeah, yeah, don't care. So the relationship was so stressful. Because of his career, he was a rapper. He was involved with so many girls, so many, girls. He had a WhatsApp group, all this WhatsApp group, and all these different girls, and half of those girls, or all those girls, has he told me himself that he had smashed all of them. Yes, he told me that he smashed all of them. I said, all these girls in this group. So another thing is, he smashed all those girls, but his friends have smashed them. Other friends have smashed them. Like, is that what you guys are doing down here? But the funny thing is, like, how is that benefiting you? You're supposed to use your platform to work hard, motivate other people, motivate yourself, build a future, but instead you're using that to take advantage of people, of these girls, and video vixen and all these girls, and messing about. But you're almost 30. The guy was 30, almost 30. You have never worked. You don't have a decent job. You have no career. You are just here. You're stuck in the middle. And also another thing, we were in a WhatsApp group, and that WhatsApp group, as I said, had all these girls and this guy, and he was flirting with them. And that would be I was in UK, girls would be texting me, he's flirting me, he's flirting. Some other exes would be texting me and sending me messages, all text messages. Yeah, we flirting. He's texting me, yada 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 yada, and he won't accept, and he won't stand with me, and he won't be, denying it and lying and lying and lying and standing with the other person. And I'm like, look, you supposed to be supporting me. But I came to a point I was like, this is getting so exhausting. Not even for one day he will stand for me and say, okay, on this place I'm wrong, and that me and that person we are wrong, and you know what, you are right, I'm sorry. No. And my God, I've never dated anyone like that. I was like, my goodness, this is so, love is blind. Who blinded me? Was I like, is this like drunken love? Like, what did I drink? Like, oh my God, what am I dealing with? Who the hell are you? What am I dealing with? What am I dealing with? You are just there. What kind of person are you? Like, can't you make a difference? Can't you differentiate? Can't you use your brain? Can't you analyze stuff? Can't you be a man? Can't you be a gentleman? Can't you act like one? Can you be strong? First of all, I felt like this guy was so weak. I was doing everything. I was doing what he's supposed to do and what I'm supposed to do. All right. Okay. I'm working, I'm providing, I'm tidying up, I'm cleaning, I'm doing literally everything. What are you doing? All he's doing is eating, waking up, sleeping, using toilet, and that's it. While I'm doing everything, what is he doing? In this situation, I'm stressed. I feel like I'm babysitting you. You are a baby, and I'm here trying to do everything, and you're doing nothing. You're living like a baby. It's not my job. If you aren't taught how to be a man, that's it. Don't blame me. So I was like, I'm gonna have a child. I'm not babysitting a man. I'm not babysitting you. You are a weak ass. I'm not babysitting you. I don't like weak ass guys. Like, you need to be a man. You need to stand tall and be a man, period. I ain't taking your duties. I mean, so I got tired, man. It was so stressed. The stress, the group, people were arguing. There were girls coming after me, guys coming. You taking her, or you taking him. There was issues. He's hanging out with his ex. Then I'm finding out they used to date, and she's telling me, oh, we are cousins and all this stuff, and they're dating. I'm here working, and they're hanging out. They're going to club. He's going to club with his friends, with his girls. They're hanging out, doing everything, and I'm here working, and all I hear is money, 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 money every week, money every day. He needs money for food. He needs money for this and that. He needs money to support his whatever, to go out with his friends, to host his family, to host blah blah blah. And I was like, I was just like, cause I knew his background. I knew we didn't have much. I knew we didn't have nothing. So I was trying to help him as much as I could. But this guy was taking advantage of my kind heart, because that's what I am. I try to help. I'm kind. But he was taking advantage. And I know his past, he told me that he didn't treat girls he had well. But you know what? I feel like, from what I know, from what he told me, I'm not gonna say all of it. Some are like, yeah, 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 yeah. But I feel like they left her whole curse on him. That's it. You're here, you're almost 30, you're stagnant, your life is going around in circle. What's going on with you? Anyway, I was like, that's it. I need a man who can provide. I need a strong man. It ain't working anymore. This guy was comfortable because I knew his family, knew my family, both our family have met. I knew his grandparents, Jerry, Yeri, all that stuff. He used to talk to my dad. So he was so comfortable. He thought I was never going to leave him. I used to talk to his parents. I was close with his mom. His mom loved me. His mom loved me, his sisters, but the guy was just a mess. The guy was a mess. Didn't have a clue how to be a man. Didn't have a clue how to treat anyone. It was a mess. So I was like, that's it. I have to leave you. When I left him, he was in shock. He didn't even believe it. That's it. I'm done. So when the relationship ended, the guy was mad. He wasn't happy. He was literally so mad. Yada, 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 yada. He didn't expect it. He was living a good life. bread and butter, easy, living like a baby. Okay, I'm about to have a baby. I'm not gonna look after another baby who's 30 years old. What are you? If no one taught you how to be a man, that say, okay, I like a man who is strong. I like a guy. Be a man, be a gentleman. Do your part, all right? Do your part. If you can do that, I'm done. I feel like I'm gonna take control. So I was like fed up. When I gave it up, he was so mad. He didn't expect it. We were so close. He knew my family and his family. I was close with his sisters, So he didn't believe it. The guy was sucking my blood, sucking my blood, sucking my blood left and right. It was money. If he can't get money, he's moody, he's upset. I was going broke because of him. Broke because of him. I've never been broke until I met this guy, man. I was broke because of him. Anyway, so when I left him, he was like, oh, your friend, I've told you to leave me, blah, blah, blah. Excuse me, I make my decisions. Anyway, I was out in London having a good time in a constant in Kenya. In the middle of the night, my friend calls me and say, you're a man, blah, blah, blah. I said, hell no. He's not my man. We are done. Okay, what is done is wrong. You send a wrong, bad message, insulting her, telling her to stay away, she shouldn't come to my house. I'm like, the house is mine. The house is not yours. Even the one you live into, I pay for him. What are you talking about? So he's always stuck with his friend. He's always supported his friends when his friends were wrong. And this time around, he was wrong. And you know what? I was like, I'm done with you. I was done with you a long time ago. You need to go and be with your friends. Go marry a video vixen. But you know what? At that end, none of them were there. All his friends and all video vixens and all those girls that he was flirting with and hanging out with and ignoring me and choosing them, they were not there. They were no longer there. All of them have disappeared. All of them have left him because they didn't have no money. All of them have left him. They all left him. He was alone and he's alone. They all left him. Yeah, that's what you get. Treat people well. So I was like, I'm tired and that's it. Although my granddad was like, not a good choice. I don't know why he said that. I will never forget. He said, oh, I'm disappointed. He's not a good choice. Anyways, I don't blame him. So anyways, so